Hello everyone, and welcome to Hill Street. Today's story is The River Boy by Inevitable Mixture 401. If you end up enjoying this story, please leave a like. And if you enjoy hearing stories from me, please subscribe and become a resident of Hill Street and let me know how I'm doing in the comments. Now, let's get to this nightmare. Tommy and I spent our summers down by the river. Some days we took our fishing poles, but usually we wandered the bank skipping rocks or folding paper boats to chase them downstream. We'd look for unusual items brought from upstream and deposited on the river's edge. Most of the time, it was junk, though we once found an intact Playboy magazine that had washed up. We spent that afternoon indulging the curiosity of 10-year-olds as we turned the damp pages and ogled the naked woman. In early summer, the river ran high, and the current was swift and a little dangerous. By August, the river chugged slowly, its waters meandering aimlessly as spinning edges formed around deadfall washed down from the hills beyond. Tommy was my best friend, and our families lived on the same street. The McKenna River was less than a mile from our homes, and though it flowed through the middle of town, when you were walking on the shore, the thick undergrowth and cottonwoods made civilization seem miles away. One July, a late summer storm brought several inches of rain overnight, and when the weather cleared, Tommy and I raced to see what possible treasures the river had carried down. My mom shoved a couple of peanut butter sandwiches in my backpack and waved us off with the usual "be back before dark." I spotted the boy first, floating belly up and drifting back and forth in the current. His jacket was caught on a fallen branch, pulling his right arm above his head. In the flow of the river, he seemed to be waving to us. Over the years, Tommy and I have seen raccoons and squirrels drowned and washed up on the shore. Even on a fresh body, the eyes are the first to go. The boy's eyes were milky white. His face looked puffy, pink, and doughy. The skin of his raised hand was puckered and waterlogged, and tangles of grass and twigs caught in his fine blonde hair. Drunken teens usually spent their summer nights along the shore, often smashing their empty beer bottles on the rocks. Broken pieces of glass littered the bank. As I carefully picked my way closer for a better look, at a narrow spot about 10 feet from the boy's body, I watched as Tommy ran and jumped across, then overbalanced and fell face first into the muddy bank. "Damn it," he swore, brushing slick mud from his jacket and pants. "Your mom's gonna be pissed when she sees you," I said. Ignoring my comment, Tommy moved closer to the body. "Who is he? He doesn't look like anyone from school. I bet he's from Northtown. He probably fell in last night and drowned. Then the river brought him down here." A sudden, loud cry made us both jump, and a scrub jay scolded us from a thicket of bullgrass. Its glassy black eyes watched us intently. I began trying to reach the boy's trap jacket sleeve with a long stick. I wanted to free him, to send him on his way to finish his journey. If this tree hadn't snagged him, he'd be miles away from here. "What are you doing?" Tommy asked. "Aren't we going to tell someone about this?" I'd seen enough cop shows to know if we told our parents, they'd call the police. Then they would run their yellow "do not cross" tape all over everything. We'd get in trouble, or at the very least, they would stop us from coming down here again. My mom's last words to me as I left the house rang in my ears. "Be home before dark." Had this boy's mom said the same to him? Was she, even now, waiting? wondering where her son was. I resigned myself that we needed to face the consequences. Telling my folks was the right thing to do. We made our way home, eating our sandwiches in silence. We led our parents and the police to the bend in the river where the boy still floated. They fished him out, laid him gently on the bank, and zipped him into a black bag. No yellow tape, no third-degree questioning. They seemed genuinely grateful that Tommy and I had reported the body. Then the coroner van and police vehicles drove away, a solemn procession for the unknown boy. The boy's picture had been in the paper the next day. His name was Patrick. He was younger than me, yet his life was over before anyone ever expected. Here today, gone tomorrow, my dad had said when he'd gotten back from the river, as if it was supposed to mean something. Both my parents hugged me extra tight that night though. I saw the boy twice more that summer. The first time he was standing across the river, right at the tree line. I spotted him in my peripheral vision, but when I turned to look, he was gone. The next time was just before the end of our summer break. Tommy and I were building a dam with rocks and sticks, something we could never have accomplished in June. We were so focused, neither of us saw the boy standing on the shore. I felt a shudder and turned to see him back slowly into the thickets. His sad eyes never left me.